The Las Vegas Raiders are suddenly facing a critical turning point at the quarterback position, and it is a situation that demands attention from every corner of the NFL landscape. Aidan O'Connell, who had been a cornerstone of their plans for the upcoming season, is now set to be sidelined for 6 to 8 weeks due to a fractured wrist. For a team that had envisioned keeping 3 quarterbacks active, Geno Smith, O'Connell, and Cam Miller, this news shifts the entire strategy. O'Connell, despite being young, brings experience, having started 17 games and played in 20 over his short career. That level of exposure in real NFL games is exactly the type of stability the Raiders had been counting on to balance development and reliability at a position that can make or break a season. With him out, the Raiders now have a pressing need to find someone who can step in immediately, someone with enough game experience to handle pressure and execute an offense that has been tailored under the guidance of Chip Kelly, whose offensive systems demand intelligence, quick reads, and the ability to make decisions under duress. The head coach, Pete Carroll, has been clear in recent interviews. The Raiders are actively seeking a veteran quarterback. The language he uses, words like experienced and capable of stepping in, makes it obvious that the team is looking for a player who can immediately provide stability. This is not about finding a developmental project or an unproven talent. The focus is on finding someone who can absorb the system quickly and maintain competitive performance should Geno Smith, the current starter, be unavailable. While O'Connell had provided a bridge between youth and experience, the team now needs someone who can handle the role without hesitation. For Carroll and his staff, experience translates into a quarterback who has seen pressure, made mistakes, learned from them, and can remain steady in the chaos of an NFL game. Among the candidates who have emerged in discussions, several names stand out because of both their NFL experience and their connections to the coaching staff or offensive philosophy. Tyler Huntley, recently released by the Browns, offers the kind of mobility and practical playing experience that aligns with what the Raiders need. Over his career, he has played in 25 games and started 14, including a Pro Bowl selection in 2022. While his overall statistics may not be jaw-dropping, 658 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in that Pro Bowl season, he brings the kind of professional exposure and adaptability that a team can leverage. Mobility is a critical component for the Raiders, not necessarily because the offense is built around design quarterback runs, but because a quarterback who can escape the pocket, extend plays, and maintain composure under pressure adds a layer of security that a purely stationary passer cannot. Another interesting option is Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who, although struggling in his NFL career with limited success in games, 1 touchdown against 10 interceptions, has deep ties to the system and coaching staff the Raiders are currently assembling. Thompson-Robinson spent 5 seasons under Chip Kelly at UCLA, amassing over 10,000 passing yards, 88 passing touchdowns, and a dual-threat skill set with significant rushing contributions. While his professional track record leaves room for skepticism, the familiarity and potential for system fit cannot be ignored. He knows the style of offense. He knows the decision-making expected, and he understands the mental and physical demands that Kelly's approach requires. For a team like the Raiders, where cohesion and system intelligence are valued, these intangible qualities can sometimes outweigh raw NFL performance metrics. Brett Rypien, recently released by Minnesota, is another name that merits consideration, particularly due to coaching relationships and the Raiders' emphasis on trust and alignment within the organization. While his playing sample is limited, just under 1,000 yards for touchdowns and 9 interceptions, Rypien's exposure to experienced coaching and understanding of professional offenses could make him a reliable short-term solution. The Raiders' front office, under the guidance of Assistant General Manager Brian Stark and other decision-makers, places significant value on such connections. Players who have been mentored under trusted systems, who have had opportunities to absorb high-level coaching, and who are known quantities within the league's coaching networks, are inherently appealing when a sudden vacancy arises. Then there is Ryan Tannehill, who represents the type of veteran presence the Raiders might be seeking. Tannehill, with 151 starts and over 155 games played, offers the reliability, game experience, and professional maturity that Pete Carroll has explicitly referenced. Although he did not play last season, Tannehill brings the benefit of long-term exposure to NFL systems and the credibility of having been a starter and contributor at a high level. His athletic background as a converted tight end quarterback also means he has a unique understanding of timing, route concepts, and spatial awareness that could translate well into the Raiders' offense, particularly under Chip Kelly's innovative and fast-paced scheme. Tannehill embodies the balance of experience and adaptability the Raiders appear to be pursuing, and if a mutually agreeable financial arrangement can be reached, he could be a logical and stabilizing addition. Beyond these primary candidates, the landscape of potential replacements extends into quarterbacks who could become available through cuts or trades. Anthony Richardson, recently benched by Indianapolis in favor of Daniel Jones, presents an intriguing possibility for his athletic upside and physical tools, even if he remains largely untested in high-pressure NFL scenarios. Similarly, Jameis Winston, a seasoned professional with a reputation for leadership and locker room influence, could provide both guidance and reliability. Case Keenum, known for his gunslinger mentality and deep ball capability, is another option whose wealth of experience could offer a short-term safety net for the Raiders. Teddy Bridgewater, currently with Tampa Bay, and John Wolford with Jacksonville also enter the conversation due to their past work with trusted coaching figures and their potential to seamlessly integrate into an offense that demands quick processing and precise execution. It is also worth noting the Raiders' strategic philosophy when evaluating potential additions. Pete Carroll and his staff are not simply looking for someone to fill a roster spot. They are prioritizing fit, stability, and the ability to maintain continuity within an offense that is undergoing its own transformation. The front office, including figures who have been with previous teams and bring institutional knowledge, emphasizes not only talent, but reliability and trust. Quarterbacks who have been part of systems connected to current coaches, who have demonstrated professionalism and adaptability, and who can handle the pressures of high-level competition, are naturally at the top of the evaluation list. This multifaceted approach ensures that any acquisition is not a mere stopgap, but a player capable of contributing meaningfully, whether in practice, mentoring younger quarterbacks, or stepping in during critical moments. While free agency provides one avenue, the Raiders are also prepared to explore trades and evaluations of quarterbacks who may not make other teams' final rosters. Names like Taylor Heinicke, Trey Lance, Trevor Siemian, and Jacoby Brissett have emerged as possibilities depending on availability, contractual considerations, and fit within the Raiders' broader roster strategy. These decisions will be informed not just by statistics or highlight reels, but by the assessment of coaching familiarity, football intelligence, and the ability to handle the mental rigors of the position. Each candidate carries a distinct profile. Some offer raw talent, others provide experience, and a few blend both qualities, but all must align with the immediate and long-term objectives of the Raiders' quarterback strategy. At the same time, there are names that, for one reason or another, are unlikely to be pursued. Derek Carr, retired and currently injured, remains technically on a roster, making acquisition complicated. Prospects like Shedeur Sanders, while talented, do not align with the Raiders' organizational philosophy, which prioritizes commitment to current starters and avoiding locker room disruptions. Marcus Mariota's connection to Chip Kelly makes him a compelling theoretical option, but organizational priorities and contractual obligations limit feasibility. Every decision at this position carries not only football implications, but also strategic and cultural ones, as the Raiders balance performance, leadership, and developmental needs in a high-stakes environment. The challenge for Las Vegas is clear. Find a quarterback who can deliver experience, handle pressure, understand complex offensive systems, and integrate quickly into a team undergoing transition. The combination of free agent options, potential trade candidates, and the internal evaluation of backup quarterbacks creates a dynamic and fluid scenario, one that requires careful judgment, strategic foresight, and a clear understanding of what the Raiders value most at this critical position. The next few weeks will be decisive in shaping not just the quarterback room, but the overall trajectory of the team's season. As the Las Vegas Raiders continue to evaluate their options at quarterback, The urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. With Aidan O'Connell sidelined for an extended period, the team's immediate focus has shifted toward ensuring there is someone on the roster who can not only execute plays effectively, but also provide stability and leadership in moments of high pressure. Geno Smith, the current starter, brings experience, but the Raiders cannot rely solely on him, especially considering the grueling demands of a full NFL season. The team needs a reliable backup who has real game experience, someone who can step in without hesitation, understand the playbook quickly, and maintain competitive performance. This requirement narrows the field to quarterbacks who have not only been in the league long enough to face high-level competition, but who have also demonstrated adaptability and resilience under challenging circumstances. One of the key factors the Raiders are weighing is the concept of fit within Chip Kelly's offense. Kelly's system demands a quarterback who is not only physically capable, but mentally sharp, someone who can make rapid reads and adjust to defensive pressure in real time. Quarterbacks like Tyler Huntley offer intriguing possibilities because, despite mixed statistical results, he has shown mobility and situational awareness that could translate well into a fast-paced, high-tempo scheme. Huntley's career includes moments of promise, including a Pro Bowl nod, but it is his ability to extend plays with his legs, to buy time for receivers and maintain composure under duress, that makes him a particularly interesting candidate. For the Raiders, this kind of skill set provides a safety net, ensuring that the offense does not stagnate if the starter is forced to leave the field. Dorian Thompson-Robinson presents a different type of opportunity. While his NFL track record has been less than stellar, 1 touchdown and 10 interceptions in professional play, his history with Chip Kelly at UCLA cannot be overlooked. He understands Kelly's offensive philosophy in a way few other quarterbacks do, having executed the system for 5 collegiate seasons. Beyond passing yards and touchdowns, Thompson-Robinson's ability to contribute as a dual-threat quarterback, averaging significant rushing yards and scoring on the ground, adds another layer of versatility. In situations where traditional passing options are limited, a quarterback capable of improvising within the system can be invaluable. Additionally, Thompson-Robinson's personal connection to Las Vegas, having grown up locally, suggests a level of commitment and motivation that can resonate within the locker room, further enhancing his potential value. Another candidate, Brett Rypien, brings experience filtered through specific coaching relationships that the Raiders value highly. Although his game experience is limited, the exposure he has had under high-level coaching, combined with his knowledge of offensive schemes, makes him a viable option for a short-term solution. The Raiders' front office emphasizes trust and familiarity in player evaluations, meaning that a quarterback who has been mentored under respected coaches or who has demonstrated reliability within structured systems can often outweigh raw statistical performance. For Rypien, this could translate into a significant opportunity to contribute meaningfully, particularly if he can rapidly acclimate to the playbook and provide consistent execution during practices and in game situations. Ryan Tannehill remains perhaps the most compelling veteran option. With over 150 games played and 151 starts, he brings the kind of professional credibility that aligns perfectly with what Pete Carroll described as necessary for the Raiders' quarterback room. Tannehill's experience allows him to anticipate defensive adjustments, manage game tempo, and mentor younger quarterbacks like Cam Miller in ways that few other available players could. Even though he did not play last season, his familiarity with NFL systems, combined with athleticism from his days as a converted tight end, positions him as a quarterback who can understand the nuances of timing, spacing, and decision-making within Chip Kelly's offense. Financial considerations will undoubtedly play a role, but if terms can be negotiated reasonably, Tannehill's addition would provide both immediate stability and long-term mentorship for a quarterback room in transition. Beyond these primary targets, the Raiders are evaluating a broader pool of potential contributors, particularly those who could become available through roster cuts or trades. Anthony Richardson, who was recently benched by the Indianapolis Colts in favor of Daniel Jones, represents an interesting blend of raw physical talent and athletic upside. While largely untested in high-pressure NFL games, Richardson's potential to adapt and develop within a system like Chip Kelly's coupled with his elite athleticism, makes him a candidate worth considering. Case Keenum also merits discussion, particularly due to his extensive playing experience and reputation as a downfield passer. Keenum's career demonstrates a gunslinger mentality, the ability to make quick decisions, and an understanding of how to create plays under pressure. While he may not possess elite mobility, his football IQ and ability to read defenses make him a dependable option in a league where quarterbacks are often judged not just by statistics, but by their ability to manage games and maintain composure. For the Raiders, adding a player like Keenum could ensure continuity, allowing the offense to operate efficiently even if unexpected challenges arise. Teddy Bridgewater, currently with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, presents yet another layer of potential. Known for his professionalism, leadership, and ability to adapt to different offensive systems, Bridgewater could seamlessly integrate into a backup role while also providing mentorship to younger quarterbacks. John Wolford, currently in Jacksonville, offers similar value through his experience with trusted coaches like Greg Olsen and connections within the league. Both players underscore the Raiders' approach, prioritizing not only raw talent, but also reliability, system familiarity, and the ability to contribute immediately without disrupting team dynamics. The Raiders' strategic considerations extend beyond just evaluating skill and experience. Pete Carroll and his staff understand the importance of maintaining locker room cohesion, minimizing disruption, and ensuring that any addition complements the current roster. This philosophy eliminates certain high-profile names from consideration, even if their talent is apparent. Derek Carr, despite his previous status as a franchise quarterback, is retired and currently dealing with injury concerns, making acquisition both complex and unnecessary given the team's commitment to Geno Smith. Shedeur Sanders, although talented, represents a potential risk to team chemistry and alignment with the franchise's philosophy, which emphasizes commitment to current starters and developing cohesion within the squad. Marcus Mariota, while connected to Chip Kelly, remains under contract with the Commanders, limiting feasibility despite theoretical appeal. These decisions illustrate the delicate balance between talent acquisition, system fit, financial considerations, and organizational culture. The Raiders' approach is methodical. They are not merely seeking a stopgap. They are looking for a quarterback who can immediately contribute, understand and execute the offense efficiently, mentor younger players, and maintain stability in a critical position. This means evaluating free agents, recent cuts, potential trades, and players whose skill sets align with both Chip Kelly's offensive philosophy and Pete Carroll's overarching vision for the team. Each candidate brings a unique mix of experience, skill, and potential fit, and the front office must weigh these factors carefully to ensure the quarterback room remains competitive, stable, and adaptable. The weeks ahead will be decisive, as decisions made now will not only affect the immediate season, but also the developmental trajectory of younger quarterbacks and the overall culture of the team. The depth of the Raiders' evaluation underscores the importance of relationships within the league. Coaches, scouts, and front office personnel are leveraging years of professional connections, prior knowledge of players' tendencies, and insights into their character and work ethic. A quarterback who may not have elite statistics, but has thrived under a particular coaching style or demonstrated adaptability and professionalism in practice environments may rise to the top of the list. This network-driven approach ensures that every potential addition has been vetted not only for performance, but also for fit within the team's culture and long-term strategic objectives. In short, the Raiders are approaching the quarterback situation with a comprehensive strategy that balances immediate needs with long-term vision. They are seeking a player who can step in and perform, mentor younger talent, maintain team cohesion, and adapt to a high-tempo, demanding offensive system. From veterans like Ryan Tannehill and Case Keenum to younger players with potential and key coaching connections like Dorian Thompson-Robinson or Anthony Richardson, the Raiders are leaving no stone unturned. The complexity of the quarterback position, combined with the urgency created by O'Connell's injury, has turned what might have been a routine offseason decision into one of the most critical moves for the franchise this year. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have begun circulating through the sports world after Joe Buck, one of the most recognized voices in American football broadcasting, reportedly made controversial remarks about the Raiders. According to sources close to the matter, Buck's comments suggested deep dissatisfaction with the team's recent performances, creating a wave of speculation among fans and analysts alike. The Raiders, a team with a storied history marked by passionate fans and dramatic highs and lows, have faced criticism over recent seasons. But having such remarks come from Buck, who is widely respected for his commentary and analysis, has added fuel to the fire. Insiders suggest that Buck's comments were not merely casual observations, but rather pointed critiques of the team's management, coaching strategies, and overall execution on the field. These remarks have not yet been officially clarified by Buck or any representatives, leaving the sports media landscape awash with speculation, conjecture, and intense debate over what exactly was said and how seriously it should be taken. Fans of the Raiders have reportedly taken to social media to defend their team, while others appear to be using this as an opportunity to vent long-standing frustrations. The rumor mill continues to churn, with no shortage of opinions and hot takes flooding sports talk shows, podcasts, and online forums. Adding to the tension is the timing of Buck's remarks, which coincides with a period of uncertainty for the Raiders, as the team has struggled to find a consistent winning formula. Sources suggest that Buck's comments may reflect broader concerns shared among league insiders about the Raiders' trajectory, with speculation that the team's front office could be under scrutiny for decisions perceived as missteps. The nature of Buck's commentary reportedly focused on tactical inefficiencies, questionable roster management, and a perceived lack of cohesion among players, painting a picture of a team in disarray. Analysts suggest that while Buck has historically maintained a neutral and balanced stance when covering teams, his statements about the Raiders seem unusually candid, almost as if voicing a frustration that had been building over time. Meanwhile, rumors abound regarding how players themselves are reacting to this public critique, with speculation that locker room morale could be impacted, especially if the comments gain traction in the press. Fans, ever sensitive to outside criticism, appear divided, with some dismissing Buck's opinions as sensationalized media commentary, while others interpret them as an accurate reflection of the current state of the franchise. As the conversation intensifies, the sports world waits to see whether the Raiders will respond publicly or continue to weather the storm of speculation silently. Complicating matters further is the history of media scrutiny surrounding the Raiders, a team often at the center of debate due to their fluctuating fortunes and the passionate loyalty of their fan base. Buck's remarks, therefore, have amplified an ongoing dialogue about the team's performance, decisions, and identity within the NFL. Analysts speculate that Buck's reputation as a respected broadcaster lends a credibility to his statements that most casual commentary lacks, meaning that his criticisms may carry more weight than they might coming from a less prominent voice. Insider chatter hints that some within the Raiders organization may view Buck's comments as a wake-up call, an opportunity to address lingering internal issues before they escalate further. On the other hand, critics argue that public critiques from figures like Buck, regardless of intention, risk undermining player confidence and destabilizing team dynamics. The rumors surrounding Buck's critique has thus become a flashpoint in sports media, prompting heated discussion not only about the Raiders' present performance, but also about the broader implications of a broadcaster voicing strong opinions in a highly scrutinized professional sports environment. Conversations in media circles now range from speculation on how the team might react to theories about whether Buck's remarks could influence future broadcasts, or even his relationship with the franchise. The ripple effect of Buck's commentary has extended beyond media coverage into the social media landscape, where fans and commentators alike have taken to debating every nuance of the reported remarks. According to insiders, hashtags and threads analyzing the implications of Buck's critique have proliferated, generating a sense of frenzy around the topic. The intensity of reactions suggests that Buck's commentary tapped into underlying tensions among the Raiders' fan base, many of whom have experienced a roller coaster of emotions over the team's past seasons. Speculation about internal reactions within the team has also fueled rumor, with some sources suggesting that coaching staff and front office executives may be reassessing strategies, player roles, and public relations approaches in response to the sudden media attention. The interplay between Bucs critique and fan sentiment has created a feedback loop, where the commentary stokes fan reactions, and those reactions, in turn, magnify the impact of the initial statements. Pundits and sports media have seized on this situation as an opportunity to analyze the Raiders' strengths, weaknesses, and historical context, often using Bucs statements as a launching point for deeper examination of the team's overall trajectory. Meanwhile, speculative narratives about the reasons behind Bucs comments and the potential consequences continue to evolve, ensuring that the discussion remains dynamic, complex, and highly engaging for followers of the NFL and sports commentary. Amidst this swirl of speculation, questions about the broader significance of Bucs' remarks have emerged, with commentators wondering whether this represents a turning point in public perception of the Raiders. Insiders suggest that if Bucs' comments are taken seriously by league analysts and other media figures, the implications for team morale, public image, and future broadcasts could be significant. Rumors continue to circulate regarding whether Bucs' remarks will prompt official statements, internal meetings, or strategic adjustments from the Raiders organization, with speculation fueled by the team's historical tendency to respond proactively to criticism when it reaches a certain level of visibility. Furthermore, sports media insiders hint at the possibility that Bucs' critique might influence how other broadcasters approach coverage of the Raiders, potentially creating a cascade effect in which commentary becomes increasingly analytical, critical, or speculative. Fans remain divided, as social media debates show the spectrum of reactions from defensive loyalty to agreement with Bucs' observations. While no official response has yet been confirmed, the ongoing rumor and the discussions it has triggered have already become a significant talking point within NFL circles. Analysts and commentators alike continue to monitor the situation closely, with many noting that Bucs' statements, whether ultimately substantiated or taken out of context, have succeeded in generating a level of attention and debate that few rumors in sports media achieve. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.